Everyone's talking about Amazon, but Walmart Marketplace is literally exploding in 2025. In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know to open up a Walmart seller account along with listing your first item so you can make some money and change your life like I did. In the last 12 months on Walmart Marketplace, I have done almost $300,000 in sales and my profit is around 33% ROI, which is obviously very good. It did not always start off this way, and I hope to even crush this next year. But this is just to show you that anything is possible, and I did this majority of the time while I was working a 9 to 5, as most of you who've been following me know. For those of you who don't know, I am currently self-employed, selling on both Amazon and Walmart, and I first started with Amazon about 4 years ago. Fast forward to today, I am now working with brands, launching brands, and doing wholesale, along with online arbitrage on both Amazon and Walmart. Walmart has been nothing but great to me the last few years, and I actually just wrapped up going to the Walmart Marketplace Summit, which encouraged me to make this video. So stay tuned so you can learn how to also cook on the Walmart Marketplace. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video as I'm going to be dropping even more sauce here in the future. So the question that I get asked all the time is why Walmart Marketplace? And to answer this question, the first thing is that there is so much opportunity due to the platform being new. And to put it into perspective for you, if you sell on the Amazon Marketplace, you are immediately paying $40 a month to be able to sell on that platform. On the other hand, with Walmart Marketplace, you are paying $0 a month to sell on the platform. Also, with Walmart Marketplace, shipping into WFS, which is going to be Walmart Fulfillment Services, is going to be very, very cheap. It equals about 15 cents a pound, where on the Amazon side, it's about 50 cents a pound. So you're saving a ton of money there. The biggest difference is that there's also less competition than on Amazon. There is a lot of opportunity for different niches on Walmart: Halloween products, Easter products, RV products, auto products, camping products, just things that you normally wouldn't sell on Amazon. And if you're thinking to yourself, is there volume on Walmart? The answer is yes. I have hit over 100K sales months on Walmart, and I've also hit 100K sales months on Amazon, and it's both very, very possible. My personal favorite is that I like the Walmart community. Everyone is very helpful, everyone is on the same page, and we're all in it together while the marketplace is growing. In my opinion, in the next 3 years, Walmart Marketplace is absolutely going to soar, and there's going to be even more and more money to be made on that platform. So without further ado, we are going to go into how to set up an account, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do so. So the first thing that you're going to want to do in order to set up a Walmart Marketplace account is go to marketplace.walmart.com, and you will then see this page. Now, right off the rip here, we do see that you are able to get $75,000 in savings when you begin selling with them, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But what you are going to want to do is you're going to want to go to join the Walmart Marketplace. Now, when you create your account, you are going to need a few things. The first one is you are going to want to provide your first name, your last name, and your legal business name. So you are going to need a LLC and an EIN number. If you do not have these two things, you could go on websites such as LegalZoom or Zen Business and sign up that way. You could also do it through your state government website. It just does take a little bit longer. I personally prefer LegalZoom just so that I know everything is set up legal schmiegel and I have nothing to worry about. You are then going to enter in your EIN here, along with your business email address and password, and then create an account. Now, if you just created an LLC less than a month or two ago, it might be wise to wait a couple months before applying, as Walmart does scrape when the LLC was created. And they do want sellers who are more established. So definitely wait it out a couple months before applying if you currently do not have an LLC. If you do currently have an LLC, you are immediately good to submit it and wait for them to get back to you. Now, when it comes to processing times, it does take anywhere from 2 to 7 weeks to get approved at this very time. And the reason for that is due to the influx of sellers hopping on the Walmart Marketplace. This is why I'm making this video, because this is your sign to sign up now before things get more restricted and it becomes more difficult. So you want to sign up now to lock in all of these seller benefits. Friendly reminder, if you do have a Shopify account, or you do have an Amazon seller account, or you do have an eBay storefront, Take advantage of having all three of these. They might ask for it, they might not. It really just depends on the application. But those are the basic things that you do need in order to apply in 2025 to sell on the Walmart marketplace. Now, if you aren't wanting to go through your state or city to get your LLC, you could simply go to LegalZoom.com, hover over here to business, and then click on LLC company, where you could then see three different options to file. I do recommend using the pro version if you do go this route, as they will already include an EIN for you. And if you don't know what an EIN is, an EIN is essentially a social security number, but it's going to tie you to your business. You will use this EIN to open up banking accounts for your business, along with opening up wholesale accounts down the line if you are decided to go that route. It is going to say here that it is going to take about 2 weeks to get, and I promise you it's going to take way less than that. If you do decide to use LegalZoom, be sure to use Rakuten or Top Cash Back, as they do give 5% back as well. So do not think that this is a stressful part of the process. This is the step where you are legitimate as a business and you should be excited about creating your LLC. So make sure to pick a name that you like and go down this way if you want the easier route. Now, some quick tips for all of you. Right here, it states that 255 million customers shop on Walmart Marketplace online, and they also jumped 45% in revenue since fiscal year 24, which means that they have grown 45% in the last year. If this does not tell you that this is a great platform to sell on, I don't know what else will, but this is your sign to hop on the platform. I'm going to explain to you the difference between Walmart Fulfillment Services, aka WFS, along with FBM, fulfilled by merchant, or also known as seller fulfilled. So when you are on the Walmart marketplace, you do have two different options. The first one is to fulfill items that you sell from your house, where you then print off shipping labels and then drop it off at your local UPS, USPS, and or FedEx. If a customer returns the item, it's going to go back to yourself. If a customer has a question about the item, they are then going to message you, and you, as the seller, will be the one to provide that information to the customer, right? You are also going to be paying shipping per item that you send out to the customer. On the other hand, with Walmart Fulfillment Services, that means that you are sending items to Walmart Fulfillment Center. They are then going to distribute those items and fulfill customer orders, and they are also going to take care of the customer service side. So this is more of a way to be more hands-off with WFS, and it is the way to scale, in my opinion. Compared to Amazon FBA, Walmart WFS is a lot cheaper, and does also offer 2-day shipping to customers as well. So they are very competitive with Amazon on that side. Now, for me, when I started my business 4 years ago, I was doing seller fulfilled for the first couple years, and it's something that I really enjoyed the hustle and bustle of. I was packaging up all my orders, dropping them off before I went to the work for the day, drop some off after I went to work for the day, and it really taught me the platform and the motion of how and what sells on the Walmart marketplace. So if you are just starting out, I highly recommend getting some seller fulfilled items under your belt before diving in strictly to WFS. Those are the two differences between WFS and seller fulfilled. So definitely pick what's best for you and stick to it as you're beginning this journey. So now that you have your Walmart seller account set up and active, now it's time to find some products. And I'm going to show you two different methods in order to source profitable items for the Walmart marketplace. Now, the first one is going to be RA, which stands for retail arbitrage. This is when you're going into a local store such as Macy's, Kohl's, TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Target, Walmart, and scanning for items to then sell back on the platform. Now, there is a lot of money in retail arbitrage due to the fact that each city, each state, each store only has certain amounts of stock. So you would then be able to download Martyr or Sellify or SourceStore to then scan items in the stores to then decide what you should flip back for a profit. Now, I know a lot of people who strictly do just retail arbitrage. I also started off doing retail arbitrage as well when I started my Amazon journey back in the day. And I will be the first to say that the profit margins on retail arbitrage are typically 90% of the time higher than if you are doing online arbitrage. Some people also get their fix of shopping by doing retail arbitrage, and you could also create really good relationships with store managers from doing this method. So, going in the stores, I always recommend going either early in the morning or late at night to do your scanning. That way, you don't have an influx of people all around you. But this is something that is very simple to start off with by going into your local Walmart, scanning items for a profit, and then flipping it back on the Walmart marketplace. I am not going to go too much time into this retail arbitrage side since I am strictly online arbitrage at this time, but I did want to mention to you that it is one of the sourcing methods that you can do. Now, on the other hand, with online arbitrage, I'm going to be using Amazon for an example. Shopping on Amazon is very great for personal use, but also when it comes to selling on Walmart. There are a lot of items that you could buy on Amazon that is sold and shipped by Amazon and then flip it back on the Walmart marketplace. So this is an example of a product that I found. And as you can see here, this is a Hello Kitty and Friends Valentine's bouquet, and it is currently on sale for $29.99 and is normally $56.32. So if we go to Walmart and we copy and paste this title here, we will now see that this item is actually selling for $54.99 on Walmart, which means that if our buy cost is $29.99, we are going to be profiting $16.75, right? Now, this item in particular might not do the best right now today in September, but come October, November, it's going to do very well as a gift for Valentine's Day. Look at it. It's very cute. It's very, unique. These are going to be very good. So this is one example of one item that I would buy. And if we look at this using Martyr, we could see that the lowest price is typically around $49 to $52 regarding the last year. So we are confident that this product is going to hold up in its price. We also see here that there is only one seller on this listing and they only have 7 units in stock, which means that once they sell out, there's currently no one else on this listing. So if I were to buy 15 of these today, send them into WFS, they would probably be eligible for sale once this seller is off the listing. We could also see here that there is only one rating on this product, and that is something that I don't want you guys to look too deep into. When it comes to reviews, you always have to remember that most people don't review items, including myself. I buy a lot of items for personal use, and I rarely ever review them. So don't look too deep in the reviews. Just because something does not have a review does not mean that it's not going to sell. Another way that you could find items for online arbitrage is going to be through ChatGPT, and this is a prompt that I would recommend using. I am a third-party Walmart marketplace seller. I am looking into selling toys such as Legos and also kitchen appliances along with Halloween items. Please give me a list of websites and or sales that I can source from today to flip back on the platform. Gonna click search on there and see what it spits out to us. And if you aren't using ChatGPT for your business, I highly, highly recommend it. As we can see here, for Legos, we see that we have Supply Leader, Boost, Spiral Run, 888 Lots, Minifigure Madness, and Toy House LLC. We also see for Halloween items, all these different websites here. And then for kitchen and appliances, we also have all these other websites here. And you could get very granular with ChatGPT to, ask it to scan websites, to give you different sales that are coming out as well, just so that you could always stay in the loop for what's selling. You could also go on Rakuten as well to find out what sales there are, but you must always remember that once a sale ends, it ends, and that price is going to go back to normal. So you must take advantage of sales when it comes to retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. So now that you have your Walmart Marketplace account set up, you then determined whether you want to do WFS or fulfilled by merchant. You found your first item. Now it's time to list your item. So I'm going to show you how to list the Hello Kitty bouquet in this example, just to make it easier so you know how to list your first item on the Walmart Marketplace. So the first thing you want to do is go into log into Walmart Marketplace. We are then going to go to your catalog where you will then see add items here in the top right. You will then click on that and it will then show you to search the Walmart catalog. Now you will then go back to the item that you sold, and we're going to be using the online arbitrage for this example. Now you could copy and paste the item ID, which is going to be the in the link up top as well, or you could use the UPC. I strongly recommend using one of the two. I do not recommend using the title as there are multiple listings for different items. So we're going to copy and paste the UPC here, and we're then going to paste it into our Express setup and click search. Now, as this loads, we'll wait a second. And as you can see here, it is going to give us an option to add where we will then click added and then we'll click next. For the condition, you only have one option and that is going to be new for this item. So we're then going to leave that ticked off. And for this example, we will be doing seller fulfilled for the sake of easiness as you are new on the platform. Now, when it comes to SKU, this is something that you could put whatever you want. I highly recommend putting the buy cost of the item as the SKU. That way you could always remember how much you paid for the product. As you start to scale and buy more items, it is going to be difficult to remember all the prices that you have made for the purchases. So this item was on sale for $29.99. So we could put that here and we'll then put Amazon so we remember. And the selling price, I'm going to go ahead and match the seller at $54.99. Now, when it comes to the shipping weight, I'm going to guess that this is a pound. But if you do go on Amazon or you do use Martyr, it does sometimes tell you the weight as well. It's not a huge concern when you're doing seller fulfilled, but I'm going to put 1 in this example. And then I'm going to simply click submit. Now, this is probably going to take anywhere from 1 minute to 10 minutes for it to display into our catalog. So if you were listing multiple items, you could then come in here, click list another item and continue, rinse and repeat this process. So we are going to give it a second to see what it looks like after the item is uploaded. Stay tuned. All right, so as we could see here, this item was successfully added to our catalog. As we could see, the SKU is here and our price is here. Now, let's say, for example, the item was delivered to our house today. We would then go into our inventory, click on the 0, and we would then enter in our quantity. So if we ordered 3 of these, we would then change this to 3, and we would then click on update. This means that our item is now up for sale, and we will then wait patiently to get a sale. But this is how you list the item seller fulfilled, which is very, very simple in my opinion, and you could rinse and repeat this process. Now that we know how to find our first profitable item and list it on Walmart, I did want to go over some seller tips for you that will save you time. Learn from my mistakes, trust me. The first one is that you never want to go too deep on a specific item. For example, if I only had $500 to spend on inventory, I would not spend my $500 fully on the Hello Kitty bouquets, for example. I would ideally want to spread out that $500 between 3 to 6 different products. That way I am casting a wider net as opposed to one singular item. You never want to put all your eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to e-commerce, due to the fact that there are so many different products that you could buy and then sell for a profit. So definitely make sure that you're buying slow quantities until you are confident that they are going to sell. Another tip that I recommend is that looking at items that you are not normally familiar with, for example, party supplies, RV accessories, camping accessories. For me personally, this is not something that I am, aware of or used to, researching. So when you are starting out, it is good to start off with things that you do like and are interested in, but it is very important to pivot fast and sell items that you are not interested in. I have found items that I'm not interested in to typically sell the best. Another tip that I have is to join a Discord or community, to get more people on your corner. It is very motivating to have people there that are doing the same thing as you are. You could learn from them, learn from their mistakes, network with them. Networking is something that is very important. And if I wasn't networking in the past, I would not be here today talking to you about how to do this on YouTube. So definitely don't take that for granted. I also have a Walmart Discord called Walmart 101, where we do provide different leads. We have weekly calls. We have 250 members in there all over the US. And, if you are looking for a community to join, please check out the WAP link below, and I hope to see you in there. If you are looking to scale on Walmart Marketplace, you could join our Walmart 101 Discord. I will leave a link below. Here are some screenshots of some of our students and what they are doing. I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of them at the Walmart Marketplace Summit, and it's very cool to see people that you teach thriving. We have weekly calls, we have leads, we have support chat, along with retail stock checkers as well. So everything you need in order to scale on the Walmart Marketplace. be sure to join that below. If you are interested in mentorship with Joey, my partner, and I on how to scale on Walmart, any business model, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or even wholesale, we have a 3-month program where we could really scare you. We have helped over 25 students in the last 6 months scale their Walmart marketplace. Another tip that I have is when it comes to ungating, and if you don't know what ungating is, if a product is gated, that means that there is approval required in order to sell that item. Typically, a receipt or invoice, opening up a case on Walmart is going to allow you to then sell that product. Whereas if a product is ungated, that means that you could literally buy it today, list the item, and sell it. When it comes to Walmart, there aren't a lot of items that do need ungated, but there are items that do need gated. So I would recommend slowly working those along the way. Do not do all your ungates right away. Do one every week or one every 2 weeks, just so that you're also buying products that will generate you revenue in the meantime of waiting to get ungated. And the last tip that I had is to be patient. Walmart is a very new and upcoming platform. And if you are already selling on there, you might be aware already that the platform is very glitchy, it's very laggy, and Walmart is also always changing their policies, their user interface, along with other things. But in my opinion, this is what makes selling on the platform fun. It has grown so much from when I started. I cannot wait to see where Walmart goes in the next few years. So those are some tips that I do recommend while you are on the platform. I wanted to thank everybody for watching this video. Most importantly, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be providing way more step-by-step guides on how to succeed on Walmart Marketplace. If you have any questions or comments, or you want videos that you have ideas for, please drop them below. In the meantime, let's get ready for Q4 and let's get cooking. Peace.